The Mason's Real Rock Station. It's Muttley in the afternoon, and I have a true icon of the sporting world. It's Willie Robertson. Welcome to the show. You have an amazing book out, which I really wish that HarperCollins would have gotten to me. But me being a fisherman, we can probably go with this.
Oh, they didn't get you a copy.
No, I know. Shame on them.
Well, they're probably trying to sell one more, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Get you on bait you up like a hook. Yeah, it's the American Fisherman. We did the American Hunter last year and did well, and so we started talking about the idea of fishing, and which hit home for me because when my dad was trying to start the duck call business, we weren't making a lot of money, and so he was a commercial fisherman. So I grew up, in the life of a commercial fisherman's kid, which means we did a lot of work, and so getting nets ready. Jace was a motor man. He was older than me, and they bring him fish in, and Mom and I would take them to town, and we would sell them. And so I guess that's kind of where I got the business sense of the family. Because, look, if you can sell a German carp that hadn't been cleaned in the month of August in Louisiana, you can sell anything. So we had to get pretty good at selling. We called them golden buffalo. That made them sound more appetizing.
Well, it makes them sound more exquisite. Oh, that's awesome. Well, it's weird.
Pretty good at selling fish.
No, well, you've done that on the show before.
We did. That's where that came from. Yeah, because as kids we did that, and so we brought that up on the show and see if we could still go sell fish that hadn't been cleaned. So it's fun. It just brings us up, things about thinking back when we were kids and memories we have with fishing. And so I was thrilled to put the book together. It's kind of a historical account. It's not a how-to fishing thing.
Right.
It's more
that's what I was.
Fishing shaped America, and so I went back. And history can be boring or it can be fun. You just got to find the right stories.
I never thought about that take. I was kind of reading what was sent, and I guess I never really thought about how influential it would have been, because it would have been one of the real. I don't want to use the word crop because that's not what it is, but as far as an industry, it would have been a very influential early industry because it was all right there. And you were talking about, some of the things that were brought up at ports and things like that happened, and of course, being from Louisiana, fishing obviously is still a huge industry. I lived in Jackson, Mississippi, which is a little further away, but it's so predominant down in that area when you start getting further in the south. I guess I never really put that together.
Well, it's really everywhere. I mean, we found that through the book. For us, fishing was a big deal in Louisiana, especially in the southern part of Louisiana, but everybody fishes, and if you go up, you start thinking about America, like up in the Northeast, with Maine and all these, there's a lot of fishing, Chesapeake Bay. And then as you go out to the upper Northwest, you think about Seattle and huge fishing, industries, businesses, empires have been built and really influenced the country with, with the waterways and rights and how, who got the rights to fish things. And so, it was influential. And then we talked about how Western expansion, Lewis and Clark, one of the greatest fishing adventures ever, because they quickly ran out of food, and so were it not for fishing, they would not have survived. And the Native Americans, teaching these ways of fishing, especially how they fished, which was incredible. How they had figured out how to catch these fish with all these ingenious ways, and getting out and rodeo and fish through water. And it's just been over and over. We talk about George Washington being a commercial fisherman. A lot of people didn't know that. Very big fisherman, and which indirectly influenced the Revolutionary War. Supplies are going low, so there's a difference in fishing for survival and fishing like a lot of people today. So when you have to survive off of it, which we got a touch of that, with our business, to where if you didn't catch any fish, you didn't make any money. So the stakes are higher at that level, and so you use all the tried and true principles you can, and sometimes you just got to get a little lucky.
Well, that's what fishing's all about anyway.
Oh, for sure.
It's certainly something that means a lot to me. My grandpa taught me how to fish when I was really little. And so, and I encourage anyone not only to buy the book, The American Fisherman, which came out on the 15th, but you know what? You have an opportunity, take a kid fishing. It's something that you will never forget. It's amazing. It's
amazing family time. As we look for things, you're looking for that quality time to spend with your family, and I find that there's nothing better than going fishing. And I got all my kids out when they were little, and we would fish with cane poles, and I would go where I knew there was a 100% success ratio.
Right.
Throw a worm with a hook in and pull. It didn't matter how big it was. In fact, according to what their age is, you pull one out, and they can sit there and look at that fish flopping around for 5 minutes.
No, there's nothing better than a cricket bucket, crickets, and a whole pond full of perch.
It's therapeutic. You get out there and it's a little adventure. You never know what's gonna, bite a hold of the other into your line. So we've caught all sorts of odd things, and as kids, that's what we did. I mean, that's what we did for fun. It was fun finding the bait. We didn't have any money, so we couldn't buy things, so we'd have to go find little insects to bait our hooks with, and we would go. Now, if we found a wasp nest, man, that was the golden ticket. So if you get those wasps off there, and inside all those little pockets are little larvae, and I mean, it's like crack cocaine for fish. They can't stand it. So that was one of our prizes. So if we found a big wasp nest, and it was quite an adventure getting able to hold that in your hand without getting stung was
Do you think that's
an adventure.
Do you think that's something maybe your dad just did on purpose?
Well, he's the one who told us about it.
That's what I was going to say.
He said, if you get a wasp nest, I'm telling you, pull them larvae out. But he said you can't spray it with poison, so you had to.
Sure.
So mostly it was hot water. We just pour that hot. We would throw hot water, take off running. Somebody else would have to go run and knock it off with a broom, and we'd go grab it. All fishing we went.
That's fantastic. I do got to ask, what's is this? Did I hear right? Is this the last season of Duck Dynasty?
It is. It's the last season as we know it. I think there may be some specials in the future, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm kind of sad.
It's the last season as we know it, and so yeah, it's kind of mixed emotions, kind of sad in a way, but it's also been a long time. We've been filming over 5 years, and it's been a great ride and great run. We're losing cast members to getting married and moving, going to college. So life is moving on. So,
right.
Things kind of change up a bit, but we got the new show going, Cyril, that's out, and it's fun with Uncle Si and kind of teaching him about the internet. So
oh my God,
television stuff that we're doing, but yeah, Duck Dynasty's been great. The fans have been incredible, and we set a lot of records and did a lot of good things. So it's been a great platform to write books and do other things that we want to do.
Absolutely, and I will say this: it is and will always be one of the best sort of wholesome show, family entertainment shows that has ever been put on cable. Honestly, and I will commend you guys for kind of sticking to your guns on things and not wavering. I think that I just without getting into that, don't need to get into it, but I think that's fantastic that you guys really sort of did it your way and demanded it that way. So I think it's great.
Well, in a lot of ways we did, and again, I think people saw that, and we were kind of authentic people, and so people saw that, and we don't take ourselves very seriously, and the show was funny, and so it was just great entertainment, I think, for people, family entertainment. And it was clean, wholesome, and so it's kind of what we wanted to put out there, and the fans responded.
Yeah, very much so. People were ready for it. And Willie, when are you gonna? You guys should come out with like Creel Commander. I had to throw that out there. Shame on me. Yeah. Anyway, Willie, thank you very much for joining me on the show this afternoon. I appreciate it.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.